There are several aspects that developers consider when creating skills and skill combinations for armor sets in Monster Hunter. Whether the set is designed to assist in defeating a particular monster or monster type, mimic a monster's behavior or biology, function well with a weapon or weapon type, or group skills to bolster a particular playstyle, these sets demand a certain level of thinking and creativity from the devs. In Rise, they took this one step further by creating armor-exclusive skills. These are attached to an armor set that provide effects unlike universal skills while also demonstrating the monster's biology. Skills like Bloodlust, Dereliction, and now Berserk have become staple options when set building due to their high-risk, high-reward benefits coupled in with their armor strength, decoration slots, and ease of access. Though, not all armor-exclusive skills are as easy to pick up or useful for that matter. Some skills make you question not who was in charge, but who approved it, and that's what I'm here to talk about today. The 5 worst armor-exclusive skills in Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. I'm starting this list off with the lowest of the low. The Wind and Thunder alignments, as well as Stormsoul, belong to the Ibushi and Narwa sets. As far as Elder Dragon sets go in the Monster Hunter series, this is entirely too lackluster. Both seem to be tailor-made exclusively for the Charge Blade, and while high rank may have no decoration slots, G-rank armor has a single level 2 slot per piece. They also only carry 2 skills with 1 level each attached to each piece. So, how does that fare when combined with the armor-exclusive skills? Well, it works itself out, and it also works against itself. You see, the alignments provide a flat bonus to Dragon or Thunder resistance before granting good luck at maximum level. Skills that you have alternatives for when considering good luck has its own decoration, and you can just slot in or eat for resistances. Clearly, something that can be overlooked, but Stormsoul on the other hand has a bit more use. Not enough use, but a lot more than alignment. Stormsoul provides a percentage boost to both Thunder and Dragon elements up to level 3. At level 4 and 5, it increases the level of other skills in the set by +1 and +2 respectively. Copying Auto-Ka but changing the answer so it ain't the same. I see you, Serpents. I see you. What this means is all the skills provided by the armor get +2, becoming partial or full skills and essentially providing a full set. However, this does not work for the decorations slotted into the armor as Auto-Ka set does. So why is it on the bottom of the list? There is no saving alignment, but Stormsoul has a chance of redemption. The issue is that it requires at least 4 pieces of either Ibushi or Narwa to activate and does not work with decorations placed on the armor. It only becomes useful if or when it becomes a decoration. The percentage increase to Thunder or Dragon is one thing, but the +1 or +2 to armor skills would be monstrous. This means that you could essentially max out a lot of skills by merely equipping the decoration itself. Sets that would become monstrous would be something like Risen Tailster Helmet, Chaos Chest and Bracers, Sinister Waist, and Archfiend Leggings. Like, imagine that. Like, really sit down and imagine that. Until Stormsoul can do that, it will go unused as it is attached to a set that rewards a particular weapon, has minimal decoration slots, and requires the entire set, if not parts of it. If you weren't aware, Guts is a legacy skill originating from... No, not you. Guts is a legacy skill originating from Portable Second as an armor skill before eventually becoming a food skill in 3rd generation and onward known as Feline Moxie. Guts prevents an instant kill so long as you are above a certain health threshold and varies from title to title. Another history lesson for you, Guts was the set bonus for Seething Basil and Iceborne as well. Fun fact, this skill has only ever had a single skill point threshold in previous games. In Sunbreak, however, they decided to give it 3 levels, each with varying health goals from 80, 72, and 64. While we do have more one-shots than ever before in Sunbreak, this is a list for the 5 worst skills, and unfortunately, we got reasons. Before we get into that, though, I have to outline something first. I'm not bashing on this skill just because I like Basil, okay? I'm bashing on the skill because I like Basil, and they had no business disrespecting Basil or Guts like this. We'll get into how they can improve Basil's armor and armor skills, another video. As for guts, they need to revert it back to being a single skill level that is universal and can be crafted as a decoration. Not only do they take away from the usage of the skill itself, it also diminishes the set it comes from by nullifying it with a food skill that also pairs in heroics, and there's really no incentive to equip those pieces outside of the leggings. There are a lot of skills in Monster Hunter that may see less use, especially nowadays, than most others, but there are people out there who do like using skills considered less conventional. To lock it behind an armor exclusive skill on a set with random skill spread is practically asking for a skill to die on release. Basilgeuse deserves better than this. Dragonheart is a perfect example of a relatively good niche being the victim of power creep. Dragonheart first appeared in Generations Ultimate as part of the armor set for Valstrax, as well as the decorations that come with it. It allowed for you to drop below a certain health threshold and gain Dragon Blight, max elemental resistances, and a massive boost to attack. This made it a terrific skill when paired with weapons that have either Dragon Element or High Raw, as the loss of elemental or status properties were outweighed by the attack boost. It shared the same risk and reward benefits as heroics, with more side effects added on. For Generations Ultimate, it was easier to achieve lost health without having to tank a hit through the use of Valor Stance. However, in Rise, this is made possible all the same with Silkbind skills that have knockback resistance and damage reduction. So you'd think that having a skill that did so would be hugely beneficial, right? Wrong. A reoccurring theme in this video are skills that have mediocre armor paired with an armor exclusive skill that could be good if it were just a decoration. In Dragonheart's case, the release of G rank means the accessibility of more skill combinations and levels, as well as decoration slots at the cost of monsters themselves becoming more powerful. In high rank, the complete Valstrax set was enough to face tank damage coming from monsters and was something I enjoyed frequenting when I was doing my TA runs. Maxing out skills like Attack Boost or Critical Eye were expensive at the time due to limited armor skills and decoration slots. In G rank, the same monster attacks that would have left minor scratches are now pulling chunks out of health bars. The risk required to maintain Dragonheart has increased exponentially. Meanwhile, armor skills and decoration slots expanded, allowing for max attack boost and other offensive skills to be possible. Even if it were a decoration, we have to consider what level the decoration slot would be, as it takes only 1 to 2 levels for the elemental resistance boost and 4 to 5 levels for the percentage attack boost. The perfect way to save or improve on this skill is through a Risen Valstrax. We've seen the Risen skills breathe new life into the Elder Trio by really emphasizing the core skill combinations of their base sets. Resentment and Resuscitate can still be on the table and paired with other skills, but if Dragonheart is going to stay, then it needs to have at least 2 levels on certain armor pieces. Until that happens, we're not likely to see the existence of Dragonheart for quite a while. I really didn't want to add this to the list, but I know I can't just let it roam free without being called out, so this one's probably going to be a little bit shorter than the rest. The Furious Rajang armor exclusive skill builds Fury and increases defense and elemental resistance by a flat amount, while in Red Scroll it grants infinite stamina when Fury is full, and then you swap to Blue Scroll. I'm sure there's a dual blades or bow user out there who is using this religiously through the augment system. I don't know where you are, but I know you're out there. This is a purely utility skill, and while it offers no offensive capabilities, the fact that it provides infinite stamina can really capitalize on evasion-based skill and weapon combinations, synergizes with maximum might, and reduces the need for Constitution, Marathon Runner, or Stamina Surge. Stamina-based options are slightly far and few between, but can be made up for by equipping an armor piece with the skills needed for the set and good decoration slots to fit those stamina skills in. Furious suffers from the similar issues Stormsoul and Guts has, where they could benefit more from being a decoration than just an armor skill. Again, Furious itself is a good skill, even at level 1, but is held back by the set it is attached to. Sneak Attack is the last skill on this list due to the fact that it was the main reason for this video, but also because it succeeded where I feel the other skills could have as well. Sneak Attack was released as part of the Lucent Nargacuga set in Title Update number 1, and when compared to the Metal Wrath sets, it didn't shine so bright. The set was made to be used with the Lucent Nargacuga weapons by increasing sharpness or ammo count, while also boosting the raw by using Agitator, Sneak Attack, and Adrenaline Rush. Another feature was that it copied the idea of the monster trying to sneak up and attack you, hence Sneak Attack. Now, while Adrenaline Rush wouldn't be considered an armor-exclusive skill anymore since it is also a part of the Violet Mizuzune set, it still remains the most useful component to take away from it. The decoration slots between the head, torso, waist, and leggings have a single level 3 decoration slot and little to no level 1 slots. Surprise, the torso, waist, and leggings are the only pieces to have Sneak Attack on them. Coupled with poor decoration slots and weak skills, Sneak Attack fell out of relevance in its own set to Adrenaline Rush since the bracers had 2 levels of Adrenaline Rush, 3 levels of Evade Window, and 2 level 2 decoration slots. This was practically the only reason to use any piece that came from the Lucent set, as it was perfectly combined with a Goldian head and waist for a status trigger Adrenaline Rush combo. As for Sneak Attack itself, it requires for you to attack the monster from behind in order to benefit from the 5 to 20% damage increase. There are a couple stipulations that have to be covered. Attacking the monster from behind means a position that is technically behind the legs before the skill is able to activate. A big problem with this is that only a handful of monsters have their weak spot around that area. This is why lately the Gun Lance has excelled with this skill. Weapons that have base damage explosion type attacks have their damage affected by Sneak Attack. Hence, Gun Lance normal shelling with load shells, spamming burst fire on a monster's ass crack, can rack up brutal DPS. It also benefits weapons like Hunting Horn, Switch Axe, and Charge Blade. Quite a selective few even if other weapons have base damage attacks, but the weapons I listed are among the highest base damage possible. Then comes the issue of actually getting behind the monster. If you're playing solo with or without pets and followers, the monster will primarily have its attention on you. There are skills that have prolonged activation like Silkbind Sakura Slash that allows you to travel past the monster in time for the damage boost to occur. If the monster falls over, you can't just walk behind where its head is because its body is relative to the stage in a horizontal manner, the same as if it were standing up. Rather than fiending for the monster's nether regions, it really is just a waiting game to be able to do so. Speaking of, in multiplayer, the focus is cut between 2 to 4 players. This could potentially have the monster traveling further away from you for you to catch up, get maybe 1 or 2 hits in before it plays Hunter Roulette once again. Lastly, as with most skills on this roster, the concept of expense comes into play. Should I take Sneak Attack against the monster I'm fighting when I could just take other skills that would benefit me far greater? It managed to become a decoration in Title Update 3, but as a level 2 decoration surrounded by other level 2 decorations of higher caliber, it makes for an expensive option to slot in. All in all, Sneak Attack was practically dead on arrival due to failing in its own niche through armor design, skill specificity, and the abundance of skills with immediate gratification overshadowing it until it found new life as a decoration, especially for Gun Lance. And that's it for this video. I hope it didn't go on for too long. I really tried to shorten the explanations as much as possible while also cramming in information that was actually beneficial. Thank you again for making it this far, and don't forget to like and subscribe as I have more discussion-based videos in the pipeline for the future. 2022 was good for me, and here's to hoping 2023 is even better.